Disney's Hollywood Studios is one of the strangest Disney parks out there. It's kind of a mix of IP and old classic Hollywood vibes, so it's in a strange place right now. About a month ago, I started taking comments about how all of you would fix this park. So in today's video, we're gonna dig through everything that you said you would do to change Hollywood Studios for the better. Before we get started, please like this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know how you would change Hollywood Studios. Would love to hear, and of course, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. At the time of this recording, we're pushing for 20,000 subscribers, so I would greatly appreciate your help to reach that goal. Thank you so much, everybody. Alright, first comment. I would love to see an entire Marvel area in Hollywood Studios, or a better version of Pixar Pier in Hollywood Studios. Obviously, California Adventure has Avengers Campus and Pixar Pier. If you know me and you know this channel, you know I'm not the biggest fan of either of those lands. I am looking forward to the Avengers Campus expansion. I think that should drastically improve that land. And if Disney were ever to negotiate the Marvel rights away from Universal, I believe Hollywood Studios would probably be the park to get an Avengers Campus. But I just don't think that that's gonna happen because of Islands of Adventure and Marvel Superhero Island. I remember when I did my California Adventure Pixar Pier How to Fix video, somebody suggested that it should be more like Disney Springs at Tokyo Disney Sea, and that land looks absolutely jaw-dropping, so I feel like they could do a Pixar equivalent of that. But I feel like Hollywood Studios is kind of like separating their IP, like they already gave Toy Story its own land, they're giving Monstropolis its own land, so it would make sense if they kept everything separated and within its own themed land, at least in my opinion. Alright, next comment. I think a cool thought would be to make a new Muppet courtyard near the Muppet coaster. I'd go where a backstage trailer is currently, which is soon to be replaced by Galactic Star Cruiser's old building, and build a new theater. You may be asking why not Villains Ever After's building? I think in that building they could potentially expand and perhaps make a Muppets themed dark ride. I don't know, it's just a thought. It does make a lot of sense that with Rock and Roller Coaster becoming Rock and Roller Coaster starring the Muppets, that corner of the park will eventually become the new Muppets courtyard, even though they're currently retheming the old Muppets courtyard. It's it's a very strange process that they have going on at Hollywood Studios. I'm not sure what you meant by the old Galactic Star Cruisers building, because I'm pretty sure that's closer to Galaxy's Edge on the other side of a service road, or just a road. I don't even know. So I think that's too far from Rock and Roller Coaster to be usable. Just like a lot of people, I've figured that whenever the Villains Land opens at Magic Kingdom, the Villains show right next to Rock and Roller Coaster will be moved to Magic Kingdom, and then that opens a big building for Muppet Vision to return. So ideally that would happen one day, but who's to say? Alright, next comment. Hollywood Studios is my personal favorite of the Walt Disney World parks, but I do think it could use adjustments mixed with some very personal requests of mine. 1. Add less e-tickets and more relaxed rides like Alien Swirling Saucers. Helps with lines and any haters of high thrill. 2. Move Star Tours from Echo Lake to Galaxy's Edge. It does not fit in with the rest of Echo Lake, and Galaxy's Edge is literally in studios. 3. Once Villain Lands opens in Magic Kingdom, turn the Sunset Showcase into Muppet Vision 3D and make a mini Muppet courtyard. So we just discussed that third one. Again, I totally agree. It makes a lot of sense. So ideally that happens at some point down the road. It might take a few years because Villains Land is still quite a few projects away. God only knows what year that area is going to open. Moving Star Tours to Galaxy's Edge also makes a lot of sense. I know a lot of people have had these discussions ever since like Galaxy's Edge was first announced. I don't know if they would ever spend that much money to relocate an existing attraction within the same park. And now they might be a little tight on space because Monstropolis is on the left-hand side of Galaxy's Edge and Toy Story Land is on the right, so you don't really have like any room to breathe unless you physically drop Star Tours within Galaxy's Edge, and I just don't think that would be very likely. Disney would rather build like a ground-up e-ticket. I've mentioned multiple times on this channel I would love to see a roller coaster in Galaxy's Edge one day. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially with the popularity of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and of course Space Mountain dating back to the 70s. Like, people love racing through space on a roller coaster. People love Star Wars, so a Star Wars roller coaster racing through space just makes so much sense in Galaxy's Edge, and I feel like that they would be able to clone it for Disneyland and Walt Disney World. Hopefully it happens one day, but we'll see. And I completely agree that Hollywood Studios needs a lot of smaller attractions. Walt Disney World has too many Dumbo rides, but something like a wave swinger. Pick any of the rides from Paradise Gardens Park and just drop it in Hollywood Studios, and that would work pretty well. A smaller supporting attraction. I'm kind of surprised Monstropolis isn't getting like a C or D ticket ride, you know? Like, that makes a lot of sense, so maybe one will open after the land, but who's to say? Alright, next comment. Seriously though, I would like an Incredibles dark ride called the Incredibles Supersonic beside Toy Story Land, where it's like a mini area with red paint and black lines. I would also love an Avengers ride based off Ultron. I love the idea I saw the other day, but those are my two best ideas. Both dark rides. I think The Incredibles should be more intimate with set pieces, so not trackless. The Incredibles are another great contender to get an experience at Walt Disney World. It's kind of crazy that they don't really have like a standout ride there. I mean, their biggest ride is Incredicoaster, which is literally just a cheap reskin of California Screamin'. So The Incredibles definitely deserve a full-blown dark ride. And again, if Walt Disney World was to get an Incredibles ride, I feel like Hollywood Studios would definitely be the best fit. If Disney was ever able to build an Avengers campus at Walt Disney World, it would be cool to see like an alternate Avengers attraction. Like the one in California looks like it's going to be like a multiverse ride, so it would be cool if the one in Florida was themed to a different Avengers adventure. I don't know if they'd do something as old as Ultron, but that would be very cool. But again, I think Islands of Adventure is just gonna keep Marvel away from Walt Disney World forever, so it is what it is. Next comment. This park needs another full-scale dark ride, really only has 2 dedicated dark rides. The rest have other ride systems like Midway Mania being a shooting gallery or Smuggler's Run being a simulator. I say an Ewok Village dark ride would be a breathtaking experience if you made huge room with great set dressing. You can also duplicate this at Disneyland because that park doesn't have much planned for the future besides Disneyland Forward. I mean, I can see what you're saying with Hollywood Studios only having 2 like traditional dark rides, and both of them are trackless, so maybe a smaller scale dark ride would be really nice. But Hollywood Studios has a lot of indoor attractions. Like those 2 dark rides, pretty much the only outdoor ride at Hollywood Studios is Slinky Dog Dash, which is kind of crazy, but I would not be opposed to more dark rides being added to Hollywood Studios, especially with the recent timeline shift at Disneyland's version of the land. Disney might be more open to something like an Ewok Village dark ride, which could be really... Next comment. Have a Mystic Manor inspired dark ride that's placed in a movie director's home, that the cursed film projector takes over and the movie props come to life. This ride can be somewhere in between Tower of Terror and Fantasmic. That would be really, really cool. I'm so jealous of Mystic Manor. I really want to ride that attraction one day. It looks so cool. And obviously this attraction would be original, it would be non-IP driven, which would be very, very cool. I recently saw a graphic the other day. Somebody like counted out how many IP rides each Disney park has. And I think Hollywood Studios is the only Disney park in the United States that doesn't have an original attraction. Every single ride within Hollywood Studios is themed to an IP. So it would be very nice to get an original attraction in that park and a Mystic Manor stylized ride with like a Hollywood twist. That would be very, very cool. So hopefully that happens. But Disney hasn't really proven to us that they're willing to build an attraction that isn't based on IP. So it's a bit of a stretch, but it would really benefit Hollywood Studios. And again, I'm so jealous of Mystic Manor. I really want to get on that attraction. Next comment. I would love to see the RC Racer, Jesse's Critter Carousel, and Toy Soldier Parachute Drop clone to Toy Story from the international parks to boost capacity. I would also like to see a mini land or large scale ride that replaces Star Tours, Backlot Express, and Indiana Jones to something like the Coco Boat ride we're getting at California Adventure, or an Incredibles ride or innovative new simulator type ride. I think these are great ideas. Critter Carousel and the Parachute Drop would be perfect smaller scale attractions to round out Hollywood Studios as a whole. RC Racer isn't a high capacity ride. It was a very strange attraction. I got to do the one at Walt Disney Studios at Disneyland Paris before it became Adventure World. It's a very strange ride, but obviously the headlining attraction would still be Slinky Dog Dash, so I suppose it could work. But I totally agree. The area of the park from Star Tours to Indiana Jones and Echo Lake is very, very bizarre, and I imagine that it's going to be replaced someday. A Coco Miniland would be very, very cool, especially with California Adventure getting that boat ride. Like you mentioned, it would make a lot of sense if they did clone it at Walt Disney World. I've always imagined that they would try to make Coco work at Epcot in the Mexico Pavilion, but I don't know. As we discussed earlier, The Incredibles are absolutely a fantastic candidate for an e-ticket dark ride. I don't necessarily know if Hollywood Studios needs another simulator because they already have Star Tours and Smuggler's Run, and then Rise of the Resistance has simulator elements, but I don't know. Something like a Kuka arm ride would be so cool. I really want to see Disney utilize that technology for a dark ride, because they're using it as like a flat ride thing at Avengers Campus, but it has so much more potential, as we've seen from Forbidden Journey and Monsters Unchained. Alright, next comment. They've got to do something with that vacant Pixar Plaza area. It's so weird to have an area that is dead in a Disney theme park. I totally agree. That's a very strange corner. It used to be the entrance to Midway Mania before Toy Story Land opened, so it is very, very odd. But I gotta be so honest, I think a couple corners of Hollywood Studios give similar vibes. Like, I just pulled up the list of the lands at Hollywood Studios. Commissary Lane is listed as a land. Like, what the heck? That's not even a land. It's just like an alleyway, which just has 2 restaurants. Like, how is this considered a land at Hollywood Studios? And then Pixar Plaza is kind of in that same boat. Like, why is that even there? Like, I'm pretty sure they have it closed most of the time anyway. Like, I don't know. It's very strange to me. I'm not sure what the solution is other than just closing it, or maybe integrating it into part of Toy Story Land, but maybe having it have like the entrance come in from the other side. I don't really know. It's a very small space too, so I don't think it has the most potential. Alright, next comment. Add more to Star Wars Land like a roller coaster so Star Wars has its own thrill ride, and bring back the People Mover idea that was scrapped. I'm not sure what People Mover idea you're referring to. I don't know if Hollywood Studios was ever rumored to get a People Mover, but an Omnimover style attraction would be very cool. I mentioned earlier, I really think a Star Wars roller coaster would be an absolute slam dunk, and I really, really do imagine that it's gonna happen one day. Alright, next comment. Bring back the Great Movie Ride, or at very least, do a Muppets version. So I know a lot of people are very upset that the Great Movie Ride was removed. I am a big fan of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and I never got to ride the Great Movie Ride, but like, it was the park's defining attraction before it closed. A Muppets Great Movie Ride could be really interesting if they're willing to build like a big show building back in the new Muppets Courtyard by Rock and Roller Coaster. That could be really, really interesting. And that could be Disney's way of like creating like an IP attraction that's technically not IP. If they ever did do something like that, I'm sure they would only do Disney movies. They'd be like the Great Disney Movie Ride or something, starring the Muppets. I'm not sure. But that could be very, very interesting, and it would really help solidify the park's identity, because right now it's just kind of weird. I don't know. Alright, next comment. I'm seeing a lot of comments saying they should bring back the Great Movie Ride. I agree, that was really the attraction that defined Hollywood Studios, but I really don't think they'll bring it back because of copyright reasons with the movies they showed. I think instead they should make a similar ride, but have it entirely Disney, like show the history of Walt Disney Studios. That could bring the park back to its identity. Also, while we're currently unsure what Monsters Inc. attraction is replacing Muppet Vision 3D, which I'm hoping they'll bring back and put next to Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster, I'm hoping it'll be an actual stage adaptation of Put That Thing Back Where It Came From or So Help Me. That would be a very fun idea. Unfortunately, I think the most realistic option for that is they might just relocate the scare floor from Tomorrowland. Or maybe they'll just leave that building empty. I don't know. Maybe it could be home to a second attraction down the road, like a dark ride of some kind, probably smaller scale. But you totally hit the nail on the head with the Great Movie Ride take. I completely agree that Disney would not showcase movies that it does not own. I feel like if this were to happen, it would be like Pirates of the Caribbean, it'd be like Avatar. Of course, they would include animation, maybe some of the Renaissance movies, maybe some Pixar movies. Inside Out 2 made $1 billion, so maybe that would be included. It could be very, very interesting. Alright, next comment. First off, bring back Muppet Vision, make the Muppet area an entire Muppet land with the roller coaster, Muppet Vision 3D, and the Piggy Fountain. I wish they never replaced the Great Movie Ride and instead built Mickey and Minnie's in animation courtyard. It would have added another attraction to the park and kept the park defining attraction where it should be. I would have loved if the Great Movie Ride was treated as if it was never complete, always updated, where any scene could be replaced one by one for a newer movie. Yeah, I totally agree, especially with the frustratingly low ride count at Hollywood Studios. It's kind of frustrating that they replaced so much instead of building onto the existing park. So hopefully they start doing that. They need to start expanding Hollywood Studios rather than just replacing existing attractions. So even as a fan of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, it would have been cool to live in a reality where it could have coexisted with the Great Movie Ride, but it is what it is. Next comment, they need to change the name. I don't get Hollywood vibes anymore. Also, I don't know where, but they need more rides that aren't cloned at Disneyland. I completely agree. My girlfriend visited this park for the first time last month, and we basically skipped most of the park because Disneyland has duplicates or clones of pretty much everything other than Tower of Terror. And I guess Rock and Roller Coaster, but at the time of this recording, it has not reopened as Muppet's Rock and Roller Coaster yet. Galaxy's Edge is literally identical. I guess Toy Story Land has Slinky Dog Dash, but it's a very tame roller coaster. Like, I'm a big fan of Slinky Dog Dash, and I know it gets very long wait times, but if you have to skip it, it's not the end of the world. Star Tours is the same, Runaway Railway is pretty much the same, if not better at Disneyland because of the much more interesting queue that we have. And obviously Toy Story Midway Mania is pretty much the same, but I guess it's the opposite of Runaway Railway because Disney World has a better queue. But I totally agree with the sentiment. Alright, final comment. Retheme the Tower of Terror to Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh, you're gonna make some people mad with this take. I'm a huge fan of Guardians Mission Breakout. I personally believe that I am that ride's biggest fan. I have a full review video already on the channel. It's so much fun. The storytelling is amazing. The drop sequences are fantastic. And I personally prefer it to Tower of Terror, even more so than the tower at Hollywood Studios. But I don't think this is ever gonna happen for a few reasons. One, Walt Disney World already has a Guardians of the Galaxy attraction over at Epcot with Cosmic Rewind, which is very fun. Two, the Tower of Terror is a different layout compared to the one at California Adventure. I don't really think the Guardians of the Galaxy ride experience really fits into the Tower of Terror layout in Florida, because what makes Mission Breakout work so well is that you're dropping pretty much the whole time and you get like glimpses of the action, while Tower of Terror at Hollywood Studios, you have a whole section where you're slowly moving through the building where it's physically impossible for you to drop. So if they were to bring over the Mission Breakout ride story, they would have to completely change it to fit into this older show building. And three, I do believe that Tower of Terror is currently Hollywood Studios' park defining attraction, so I really think that Disney is going to be hesitant to change it. They might get sick of paying the licensing fee for the Twilight Zone, but I don't know. I really don't think that they're going to change the original Tower of Terror because it is so beloved. If they did do it, I would be down for the ride. I think it would be like a car wreck that I would love to watch, at least from the fan perspective. I would love to see everybody crash out. It would be very amusing to me. Guardians Mission Breakout is a fantastic ride, but I know most people prefer Tower of Terror, especially when we're considering this is the older, superior version of Tower of Terror. So yeah, that is how all of you would fix Disney's Hollywood Studios. Do you agree with anything listed in this video? Please let me know down in the comments below. Please like this video, and of course, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will catch you later.